Welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. Another day, another dollar, and another deep scrubbing of life after lockup. My loves, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Okay? And the nitty gritty dirt is scum. Scum is Taylor and Chance. Okay? Now, you gotta kind of just remove reality here, okay? Just some of this, I don't know if I believe this Bobo, okay, or Boba, whatever. Now, Taylor gets around to questioning Chance about this character, and she feels he knows the guy who randomly went by their home. Taylor questioned Chance about Boba, and she feels he knows. Chance knows this man who went by the house. And Chance, he fesses up to her. And then Taylor's got to wondering about how many other secrets he has and wants to know how much he owes this man. And Chance, in his infinite wisdom, says, you know what? If you marry me, I'll tell you. And Taylor was right to say, look, I'm not about to marry you until you tell me how much you owe, because I'm not going to be behind the eight ball. So that's how that story ends. And let's move on. Let's move on because Taylor and Chance, I don't know if that story is that good. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know. Chance said he owed this money because he was moving some products. I heard a lot about Chance's time in the poke. Now, I don't know. I don't know if it's verified, but I just know, he might have been playing for the other team. Might have been allegedly. It's even on Reddit now, but I heard about it too. And I don't know what he was doing, and I don't even know. I do believe this Bobo guy is just a fabrication from the production, so I can't put too much stock in this Taylor and Chance. So I'm moving on to Mike and Justine. Mike and Justine, they meet with their moms. And Mike's mom gives Justine a DNA test as a gift because she feels she got pregnant too soon. And Mike thinks like, look, I've been holed up for so long in prison that hey, I ain't shooting blanks. And he thinks this whole DNA thing that his mom wants is just from the trauma that his uncle had when, she I guess that was be her nephew or niece that they thought was theirs, but turned out it wasn't even the uncle's child. So, or that's what Mike thinks. But you know what? Let's just dial it back, loves. Maybe the mom knows, Justine's track record. Maybe she knows. Remember, they used to work together. But then again, people change. Just saying. Now, Justine's mom feels as if she's calling her daughter a tramp, and they wonder how they can move forward. His mom doesn't want to get too attached if it's not Mike's kid. One way or the other, she says she's going to find out. And then that would be the time I would say that she wouldn't see this maybe, baby. But I'm surprised Justine is all laid back because remember the time when she was all up in this Mike's mom's face about some little mishap at the park? Just saying. Moving along. KyRock and Britt. We didn't see Brittany this episode, but we saw KyRock and his mom. And, Key's continue doing the right thing, going for a job. He's willing to adjust to stay focused, and he got the job. But in the meantime, he's worried about his brother and whether his brother's back on, substance. And he said his brother wasn't doing drugs, but once he got locked up, he OD'd because his mom kept all that away from him. KyRock confronts his mom about all of this and his concerns about the brother. And she worries, where did she go wrong? She got a kid in jail and a kid, out in them streets doing whatever on drugs. And it was very nerve-wracking for her because every ambulance, she would be busting out the door wondering if it was for her son. And Key wonders why she kept his brother's drug use a secret. But she didn't want him doing something reckless in jail and getting back in the hole. That was her answer to that. So it seemed like poor KyRock, Mama KyRock. Woo, she had to deal with cancer and all these kids doing, wayward kids. Oh my goodness. I'm glad she's in remission. Now moving on to Lindsay and Blaine. Now Lindsay has marriage on the brain, and she lays down some hard questions to Miley. And she wants to know if she'll accept Blaine as a stepfather. But Miley, no punches. She lays no punches. She says no. She doesn't want a father. She wanted it earlier, but it's too late now. She'd rather have Lindsay as the parent figure. And plus, she has her great-grandmother or her great-great-grandmother. Well, meanwhile, Blaine needs more time to think about marriage. So I think Lindsay's putting the cart before the horse, because Blaine is worried about them darn charges. Lindsay's out here doing the show, and she's not totally clear with the law. So they go to the law firm in hopes Tyler, the attorney, can work a miracle on Lindsay's 3-count indictment that she never got to face. Now, disregard Tyler's attire, because he's up in this little one-horse town. He ain't got to be all suited and booted, but he gets the job done, at least for Blaine. So Lindsay has all the hope that Tyler can, work a miracle on her. And, because plus she feels she's a whole different person. She's sober, she got a job, and she has a daughter at home. But she's potentially looking at 40 years or 25% of it. That 25% of it is like, 15 years? No, let me do my math. It's 10 years. 10 years. Ugh. Who's counting after that point? So this attorney has his work cut out for him. So he's going to say, look, you got to give me 20 racks. That's $20,000 for me to work some kind of magic, some miracles. So Lynn's, she really loves Blaine, but she knows that if she's facing this much time, she doesn't think they can make it through a prison sentence. And that's the honest truth. And plus, her daughter will be darn near pushing 30. Now, let's move on to Cam and Aris. This is some Now, Aris out here about to pop out this baby. She's continually looking at homes so she can nest. But I don't know why she's looking at $400,000 homes. Seriously, she's a customer rep. And he's a data entry person. One of y'all, that's not equaling up to a $400,000 home. Plus, you got to put $12,000 down. Better dial it down. Dial that expectation down. Because Cam out here spending money on videos for stupid stuff that's probably not going to go anywhere. And she's struggling to get a home. And he's not struggling to do anything. He's out here like a kid in a candy store spending the money on a rap career. Okay, so how are you going to get this $400,000 home? Even if you had money set aside from some other venture like WeTV. Okay? If he's, spending this money like water, then good luck. Because she's short on time and he's messing around with the money. I'm just saying. You can't be dealing with a man that's going to be stressing you out when you about to pop out a kid and you don't have a home. Seriously. Moving on to Red and Joy. Now, Joy gets her man home and he meets Sway, who's already called him Dada. And at the time of the filming, Red has been there for a whole month. Now, he said he's been applying for a job, but in the meantime, he's watching Sway while Joy is at work. So I guess she's saving a coin as if, he has a babysitter. She got a built-in babysitter. But he says things with Joy's family has been awkward. So he calls up his sister and he says Joy has been riding his butt, smothering him 24/7 when she sees him with the phone, as well she should. And he wants to visit back homes, because some home chick's been checking up on him. And I'm like, it's only been a month. What you trying to run back home for? What you trying to run back home for only a month? You better get your feet set. But according to Red, he wants to go back home before he lands a job. All right. Well, whose dime is going to get him back home? You better get the job first, and then maybe, a little bit fly over the weekend or something. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, my loves, that is the low down dirt of life after lock up. At the end of this show, we always gotta wonder who are our winners and losers. Taylor and Chance. Who are our winners and losers? Man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Taylor loses all the time, and Chance is a loser. But Chance, between these two, I'm going to say Taylor's losing. Taylor's losing. Because Chance gives no F's. He gives no F's, so he can't really lose. So Taylor is the loser. Mike and Justine. Justine is the loser in a sense. In a sense. Okay. I don't know. Is she the loser? Yes. Yes. Because the scene, she didn't lay the law down. She didn't lay the law down. And I'm gonna say she loses that this round. So our score now is 2-0 cons. KyRock and Britt. Well, Britt wasn't on the show. KyRock, I mean, this might have to be a null and void because nobody's really losing. KyRock got a job. Yes, his brother's facing some big troubles, but for him, he's winning. But Brittany's not, whatever. I'm gonna null and void KyRock and Brittany. Lindsay and Blaine. I'm gonna say Lindsay, even though she's winning in life, in this episode, getting the hard news that she might have to do 25%, that's 10 years of a 40-year sentence. Woo! Is a lot. So Linz is losing. 2-1 cons. And then we go down to Cam and Aris. All right, Cam is a clown. I know he doesn't have any ill will or anything, but it's just too much stress for a woman who's trying to pop out a baby. So I am going to say Cam is winning because he gives no F's either. So we are at 3-1 cons. Finally, we get to Red and Joy. Red and Joy. We didn't see Joy this episode. Well, we did see a little bit of her, but I'm going to say Red is winning. I mean, he's just kicking back and already planning his next escape. He's only been there a month. So we're at 4-1 cons. Did I do my math right? Did I do it right? Okay. Chance wins. Well, Linz loses, so Blaine wins. And Cameron wins. Red wins. So we're at 3-1. I voted out KyRock and Britt. Mike and Justine. Justine loses. So it's 2-3. But Mike doesn't really win, or does he? I don't know. Anyway, my loves. Basically, the cons wins, as usual. And you know what you got to do? Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Drop a line below. Let's get this thing popping, my loves. As well as make sure that notification bell is on lockdown because you know YouTube plays tricks. All right, my loves. And I'll catch you all out on the flip side.